y'all is criminal. Everybody, y'all all criminals. All of y'all is criminals. So I'm just saying, yeah. So I'm just saying, like, don't, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, to me, it looks like y'all just playing with our lives, and we just sitting here just watching y'all motherfuckers on our TV, using our resources, and we just looking at this shit. And we just so tired. We just so tired. We tired. You don't wore out the Saints. God damn it. For real. Shit. Damn. Like, can you just move? Move. Just move. Really. Damn. Because look at how we looking at this. And you like say, well, what Trump, he's no, he not, he can't. If he tried and didn't make it, then that means that all of them are guilty. Bill Barr is guilty. How is he guilty? Because he locked up Larry Hoover and him. If you were there for over 25 years, you the one that did it. They all got to be locked up. So it's like he have to arrest people. He can't investigate no more. You already know who guilty. Trump just have to man up, and he got to get, black attorneys, gingerbread attorneys. We have to start saying what we are. We are gingerbread men and women. Okay. Anyway, you gotta get those attorneys, and you gotta get whoever is good. If they white people, okay. If they're Mexican people and they're good, okay. Then you have to get your men together and you gotta arrest. You can't have no investigations because John Durham and Bill Barr already got all that shit together. They got all of it together. So you can't do no more investigation. That's it. You can't do no more investigation. You can't do investigating anymore. What are you gonna investigate what you already know? You already know it. You have to start arresting people. Okay? You have to do the right thing, and you have to announce me. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. And you have to, you gotta announce me, dude, because you're on my land. And you're supposed to be the president. So you have to literally announce me so that I can announce the rules and regulation of the promised land. And the promised land is, I already told you, you look at my videos, but it's for every single gingerbread person, the age of 16, to have it on their birth certificate that they received their Jetsons, 2019-2022 Jetson motorhome coach, for them to have and travel around for their, to see their families, to get healing, therapy, to learn about our identity. We lost our identity. We have to get that back. The Smithsonian Museum have to let us go down in the basement and see our things, because it's our things. Okay, so all that, the rabbit hole stops right about here, where you hear where the Alice really, who was she chasing? She was chasing the white rabbit. Okay, then that leads to Dancing Rabbit Creek of the treaties, 1830 Dancing Rabbit Creek, where the rabbits were dancing. When the gingerbread women were washing clothes in the river, the rabbits was everywhere. That's why when the invaders came, they were like, oh, look at all these rabbits. They were dancing. This is just what they saw. They saw women in the creeks washing, we was washing our clothes. And then you just see nothing but rabbits. That's why they call it Dancing Rabbit Creek. That's why we have to make this movie, so we can show what we did before. When the invaders showed up, they showed a bunch of women. Beautiful women. Men too, probably. But we were washing clothes in creeks and lakes and shit. And you see rabbits everywhere, because in America there's rabbits everywhere. Jackrabbits, black rabbits. So the rabbit hole is here in America. Turtle Island, all of the nature stuff. And in Africa, we didn't come from Africa because, for one, you have flat desert lands, flat trees. That's not our. No, the gingerbread people here, if you were born here, if you're a gingerbread person, and you were born in America, that means you're indigenous to America. You're indigenous to America. So what state you are, and people, I get these comments a lot. Well, I'm from here. I'm from there. Yes, the promised land is everywhere. Please don't ask me no more questions about, can I get the promised land over where I'm at? Yes, wherever you're at, the promised land is at. Wherever you're at, the promised land is at. You could be in Virginia, you could be in Texas, you can be in Alaska. If you're gingerbread, then the promised land is where you're at, because the law is 640 acres is yours. That means you have to create your own 640 acres of your promised land where you're at. And if anybody's evil, they have to go bye-bye. Whoever, if anybody's evil on your land, they got to go. They have to go. So what I'm trying to do is where I'm at, I live across the street from a college. I would like to turn that into the promised land facility. And then there's stores and grocery stores, that I would like for the certain foods to not be in these grocery stores that I go to because they're poisoning us on purpose. They're poisoning our food. They're putting poison in our food by taking out the seeds out of the grapes and the watermelons and the fruits. Why are you taking out the seeds out of the why we gotta eat this GMO seed? Okay, so what I'm saying is that Trump has to do the right thing, or but because his people are leaving anyway. All of the good people are leaving because they just stood by and they watched our misery. This is why you think the good people, oh well, they're good people. They didn't do anything wrong, right? That's why you got to go, because you're not doing anything. You're not getting your people. You know what I'm saying? You can rally Trump all you want to, but the problem is the reason why you have to go, and while disasters and weather disasters happen to you Europeans, is because you're not being honest. Your great grandparents lied to you. Your forefathers lied to you. And they taking you all to hell. They have to, because you're not listening. When it says, even in the Bible, when it says you have to repent to God or the Lord, okay, then how are you going to repent to something that's imaginary? Who are you repenting to? Some white man in the sky that's imaginary? Or are you gonna see about repent means to see who you just destroyed that's on your land. Who did you destroy on your land? It's who you need to repent to. Repent means to see who you fucked up. Like, damn, am I on somebody's land? Is my father's telling my mother, my father, are they telling me lies? Are they telling me lies? Huh? Are they saying that this is our land when it's really not? And if it's not, whose land in it is it? Okay, so you mean to tell me we've been killing these black people and this is their land? White people should be like, even the younger, especially the younger ones, should be like, oh my God, that's why you had to take the vroom vrooms. If you ever wonder why we were influenced to take it, and right, because you were always in on the destruction of the people you were never supposed to be evil to. You were never supposed to be mean to us. You were supposed to actually be nice to us. And actually, if there is a defense attorney out there, you would have to actually look at this and be like, well, damn, she's right. Because if I don't say anything and I'm an attorney, then we're all dying because I've never said anything. I never went against the rule of law that they created. What's the rule of law? It's a criminal rule of law that is against the indigenous people here. And that's why others must die. Not us, but them, because, well, we're indigenous to our land. And just like it says on the Georgia Guidestones, leave room for nature. 3 times it says it. 3 times to leave room for nature. Okay, what's nature? The black woman, the sun, and plant life, and water life. That's nature. You're kidnapping us and doing all kind of crazy shit like that. Just doing all kind of crazy shit. And you're not leaving room for us. That's why I say scooch over, leave room for nature. So I can cross my people over into the promised land in their own area. It's their area that you invaded. And I'm trying to have their grocery stores healthy, to have their theme parks for their children. Because each and every person on their 640 acres will be able to go to a theme park nearest them. They'll be able to drive, walk, or run there. You know what I'm saying? In their nearest theme park, to travel and to have fun with their children, because they're supposed to. It's their land. It's our land. Okay, so it just seems like to me that Trump is in on it, and they're all under this Pleiadian criminal rulership, right? Because these Pleiadians have these spaceships and shit, and yet they watching our misery. Then they're all the criminals, all of them. So now we have to just meditate in our mind that we want them all to disappear, and we don't know how they're gonna disappear. We don't know. We just know they finna disappear all around us. We're gonna be. Watch Clash of the Titans, where Perseus had presented himself to Hades, And Hades looked at him and said, "Ooh, interesting." And then Percy was like, "You're the criminal!" Ah! And he went to go attack Hades, but Hades was like, "Oh no!" And Hades sat Perseus down, and then sucked up all of the evil people around him. Where Percy was like, "Ooh, look at all these men around me going sucked up into Hades." That's what we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? They'll all be sucked in there, but not you. All the evil will be sucked into Hades where they belong, but not you. You'll be remaining in your where you at, and you will be able to evolve because you're thinking it. It's in your mind. You know, you want it to happen. It's what you want to happen. It's gonna happen because that's what it's gonna be. I write shit in my book and I predict it. I make things happen. You know, so what I write, it happens. You know what I'm saying? 2014, I predicted the virus and all that, and they were gonna disappear. So everybody can just go ahead, and you can still go ahead and send these poster magazines to NBCUniversal.com. Go ahead, email them, send them the truth, because you're telling the truth. You gotta go. Y'all gotta go. Yeah, really, you have to really go. Seriously, hand over the keys to Larry Hoover so that he can get all of the criminals out of our neighborhood so we can live in peace and harmony. That's basically what it really boils down to. Let all of the good people attend to our communities the way that it was before you guys came here. Okay, so I'm going to get off this. April 10th, 1968 is my birthday. And it's funny. Well, it was when I was born. And I was born in Chicago, Illinois, in Harvey, Illinois. And I like to say that every time around my birthday, great things happen. That's why I say my birthday. I don't say for me to get things. I'm already going to get things. I already get things before, around my birthday. Great things happen to me. So if I want something to happen, it usually, you know what I'm saying? So it's good for all of us to, even every day, if you want things to happen, just think of what you want. Let all of the evil people just disappear. You don't know how they're going to disappear. You don't know how. Just some way by divine intervention, they will disappear around us. And we will be able to go into our mansions that was already built for us. In Malibu, in beautiful areas, in anywhere where you live. New York, beautiful mansions are there. You'll be able to move into your mansion and move and evolve from there. You would go to anywhere you want to, go on the highest mountaintop and evolve there. It's yours. It's your mountaintop. You will be able to drive with your Jetsons. You see what I'm saying? So we can go to our different national theme parks in beautiful areas. And we're supposed to have these things because it's ours. We were removed from the best areas. And then they placed it there. And they actually shot us out of court buildings. That's why it's important for an attorney, a gingerbread attorney, to really present my case, because there's evidence all over that I just showed you, and I'll show you more, how they shot us out of courthouses, because we had our own courthouses. We had our own laws. They shut us out of our courthouses and then put themselves in there. And now you got gingerbread people bowing down. Yes, Your Honor. No, there ain't nothing honorable about your murderer. So you don't bow down and honor to nothing. Shit, you say, yeah, here, Mr. What you, a judge? Okay, judge. No, you ain't even a judge. Hold on. What's your name? Steve Kowalski. Yeah. Tell me, and that's all they gotta do. Tell me the story about Paul Revere, and then we're gonna arrest you. So that's how that's how I want to be presented. When I'm presented in court, I want to go ahead and present my case to where they have to be locked up on the basis of that they're Paul Revere's bloodline, and they were supposed to have been executed. They were supposed to have been executed in the 1700s. So they damn sure not supposed to be in office, right? To present that, and then that will make them disappear. That will make them disappear. Okay. So I'm going to get off this, but we're just going to meditate. We're going to make this happen in our minds while we're doing whatever. We're going to be like, yep. And they all just going to disappear. You don't know how. You just know that's just what's going to happen. Because that's how divine intervention works. It's just going to happen that way. It's just going to happen that way. So, I'm not saying, that you don't have, I'm just saying that it just looks like that's just Trump is just wasting time. And I'm he's with that shit. So, okay. To me, it just seems like he's kind of with that. Unless we see some real shit happening where he really, then forget what I just said about Trump. Just forget about what I said about him. Yeah. If he's really actually arresting these people and they're being arrested, and we can get the keys back. And he actually mentioned the only way that we can say, oh yeah, he's right, if he mentions Larry Hoover and I mean, if he gets them out, get Larry Hoover out and have them to go ahead and give them the deed and the keys to that for him to run it, then yeah. But if not, then no, he's in on it. If he don't mention that, if he don't mention me, if Trump don't mention me and put me on there, then he's wrong. Because if it's about us, and he don't mention what he knows, what he's supposed to mention, don't say reparations, because you can't give reparations. You have to. We'll say reparations. We'll tell you what reparations is. You see what I'm saying? We'll tell you what it is. You don't tell us what reparations is. Because real reparations technically is their death, technically. So let us say what real reparations is. Because if it was for the divine, if it was up to divine intervention, obviously, if they, yeah, then it would be, well, it would be the death of everybody that oppressed you. That's what real reparations is. So what I'm saying is that hand over the keys and deeds so that we can get to the person who actually physically chased us down and murdered us or whatever, or locked us up. Whatever court appointed attorney actually went to sleep, woke up thinking about killing and prosecuting black people. Those people got to go to prison. We're talking about those people. Those people. Okay? So, yeah. Okay, so everybody should meditate. Make sure that you, whatever you want to do, whatever you, just make sure they disappear all around you. You want all these evil people to disappear. And magically, that's what's going to happen because you're wielding it. You want it to happen. You want to get your Jetsons. So when people say, "Oh, well, I live here, I live there," is the promised land any? Yeah, the promised land is right where you stand. 640 acres is yours. That's where it's at. Yeah. So just remember that. Yes. So your promised land is there. So when I'm announced, then you're really gonna have your promised land because I'll be going over to your area and I'll be setting up shop right there in your area. I would be going right in your community, and I would have, because it's in the book of how the promised land would be set up. It's on my website, www.catherinepromise.land. You'll see the whole thing of how the Shia facility looks, how it's going to look inside, what you're going to be doing, what everybody's going to be doing. You can see that. I'll set up everything in everybody's community. That's what I'm there for. I'm there to set the promised land up in everybody's community of whoever, would like to run their community the way that it should be, right? Okay, and so what Larry Hoover and his disciples would do, he would just find people who would stop us from living. That's all. Just, we're not, we're just trying to mind our own business and travel. So if we're traveling and it's some crazy cop pulls us over, Larry Hoover would have to say, no, you see our badge, you see who we are, you can't pull us over. Goodbye, and then we can keep traveling. Like, get these evil people away from us so we can travel in peace. That's basically what Larry Hoover and his 12 disciples are there to do, and the attorney that would help us. I say, no, by law, you let the gingerbread people, live their land, travel in different, states and areas from South America to Alaska, because we have people in Canada that, and Canadians be like, well, this is our country. No, you have to step aside and let us travel and see our people in Canada, because we have bones. Evidence of bones of black people from gingerbread people from America to Canada being pushed up from the Trail of Tears. So we've been pushed up everywhere, and we would be able to travel from South America to Canada. And don't mention Assata Shakur. Don't let no FBI come out her mouth. Don't let her name come out their mouth of ill will about her. She will be traveling with her family too. We just be traveling. We see our families because it's none of nobody European's white business about any gingerbread colored person. It's not the business of you. You have to go and do you. You mind your own business because you came here as invaders. That's why you have to release the keys to Larry Hoover and all of the people, Lord Larry Hoover, Lord Dr. E.Z. York, so that he can create the promised land. We could just continue to create it and build it the way that we're supposed to because it's our land. So everyone must meditate on how this will be possible because you want it to be possible. That's what's so good about having your brain. You can just create. You have creativity. You can imagine what you want, and then there it is. It's going to be that because you want it. You willed it that way because you want it that way. It's what you think is what's going to happen. That's why I say what I say, because it's going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to get off this sugar. And you have a wonderful day. Alrighty.